Heroes Day is a national public holiday in Namibia. It is recognized by the United Nations as Namibia Day and celebrated annually on 26th August to commemorate the Namibian War of Independence, which began on 26th of August 1966. The Namibians remember this day as the day that marks the death of Namibian heroes in the war during the struggle for independence. This day is declared as a national holiday in Namibia and celebrated with enormous respect and devotion by Namibian nationals. In honor of the fallen People's Liberation Army of Namibia, a war memorial known as the Heroes H.E was built where the commemorations for the Heroes Day are held annually. In respect to these brave soldiers, monuments at Heroes H.E have been built to symbolize their patriotic contribution towards their motherland. During the Heroes Day commemorations, military medals are awarded to the brave soldiers of the country in honor of the fallen heroes. This year's Heroes Day celebrations were graced by Zambia's President Edgar Lungu at the invitation of his Namibian counterpart, President Hage Geingob.
1966 is indeed an important landmark in the history of Namibia's struggle for independence. This day does not only signify the beginning of a protracted armed resistance, but is also a vivid reminder that the freedom that the country now enjoys was attained at a great cost and with much sacrifice. Many of your compatriots lost their lives, while others were maimed, and many more traumatized and remain traumatized up to this day. Against all odds, and in the face of superior forces that were against your quest for freedom, gallant Namibian women and men continued with the armed liberation struggle under the able leadership of His Excellency Dr. Sam Nujoma, founding president and father of the Namibian nation. Dr. Nujoma's conviction and unshakable faith in the noble cause for freedom, inspired by his fellow Namibian compatriots' resiliency, determination and commitment to the liberation of your beloved motherland, held you together until finally independence was attained. The military exploits, coupled with the unity of purpose exhibited by the Namibian people during the struggle, are indeed worth celebrating. As we salute the fallen heroes who selflessly laid down their lives, we also honor the living heroes for their commitment to the ideals of democracy, justice, good governance, and the rule of law, which continue to influence the way of life in the present-day independent Namibia. Your Excellency, I am pleased to state that Zambia proudly but selflessly contributed to the liberation struggle of Southern Africa, and in the wisdom of our founding father and first president, His Excellency Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda, we resolved as a people that in the absence of freedom and liberty in our neighboring countries and beyond, the true value of Zambia's own independence would be meaningless.
Namibia and many other Southern African countries sought help from Zambia during their struggle for liberation. Zambia became a base, particularly to the People's Liberation Army of Namibia, a military wing of the SWAPO party, and also a safe haven to many Namibian nationals, including President Geingob. President Geingob recalls clearly how he and many Namibians sought refuge in Zambia, where he resided for 14 years before returning to his homeland. In his speech at the 2015 Namibia Heroes Day commemorations, President Geingob praised Zambia for its contribution to the liberation of Namibia.
Let me pay tribute to the brave people of Tanzania and Zambia under the leadership of Comrades Julius Nyerere and Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. You carried the torch of the Pan-Africanist spirit which guided us forward in our darkest hours. We are therefore honored today to have in our midst a son of Zambia and a brother of mine, His Excellency Edgar Lungu. Omake. My brother, thank you for gracing this occasion. And may you, your delegation, feel at home in a land which you helped free. The Director of Ceremonies elaborated and gave us excellent history referring to Zambia's role. I was in Zambia for so many years, like many others, and I was focusing on training Namibians of the kind assistance of Zambian government. Because in SWAPO, it was felt it's one thing to fight and free the country, but another to govern it. Therefore, a two-pronged approach, that of fighting to free the country and also to prepare the cadre to administer the country. My brother, you will be proud to know that after I served there for nearly 14 years, I was sent back to head the election campaign, but I borrowed many things from Zambia. One Namibia, one nation. GRN. I brought a Zambian protocol who happened to bear the same name as yours, Lungu, to be our chief of protocol during our independence celebration. And some people said, why do you bring a foreigner for such an important day? And I said, Zambians are not foreigners. That's why he's a chief of protocol. You will see when you meet Namibian dignitaries. For instance, our Chief Justice was trained there. Deputy Chief Justice, who is here today, was trained there. Minister of Justice, Home Affairs, I can name them. Or I could ask them to get up, but they will be embarrassed. Let them sit down.
The commemorations were characterized by solemn activities preceded by the reburial of the remains of the 3 freedom fighters that were exhumed from their respective cemeteries and reburied at Heroes H.E, the burial site for all freedom fighters. The mood at the Heroes H.E turned solemn as the caskets of the 3 freedom fighters, Peter Moshihange, Moses Geingob and Anton Luwasi, accompanied by relatives and other freedom fighters, made way into the venue. The Namibia Defense Force Brass Band and the Namibian Youth Choir played and sang solemn music as freedom fighters and invited dignitaries trooped into the Heroes H.E to witness the commemoration. Namibian nationals, mostly clad in black and national colors, filled the Heroes H.E, which is located at a higher land in between the mountains within Windhoek. The Zambian visiting President Edgar Lungu, the host, President Hage Geingob, invited guests, relatives and former freedom fighters laid wreaths on the graves of the freedom fighters. Zambia's former Minister of Commerce, Felix Mutati, was among the guests invited to witness the 2015 Namibia Heroes Day commemorations. Mr. Mutati, who is Lunta Member of Parliament, observed that Zambia can pick a leaf from Namibia and build a heroes square for its freedom fighters that died in the war during the struggle for independence.
I think Zambia can learn from Namibia that it's important to bring together the remains of our heroes in one common place. In place of history, where generations to come can go and
Prepared
learn
for
what it
this
is
program.
that took us to where we are now.
And
This is a good lesson that we can pick from Namibia.
I would like
One
to
common
thank
place. Let's not limit
everyone
this
who
heroism
has come,
to only
who has
presidents
come
who have got in Zambia. Here they are recognizing
with
the
us,
ordinary person that
with our
contributed their
president
life,
and his guests.
contributed their blood towards what Namibia is today. In a place
Next in the
they are
program
forgotten
is
heroes.
that I would like to inform you that those of you
We can only be proud if we
have-
remember history. We can't build the future
who have
without
invitation
recognizing
cards for lunch.
what history has taught us.
After Heroes Day ceremony, President Geingob took the Zambian head of state and his entourage on a conducted tour of Namibian National Museum, where the memories of the liberation struggle have been preserved. Artillery and other materials used in the war for independence have been documented and kept here for the future generation to see. Prominent among them are the monuments of Namibia's first Republican president, Sam Njoma, and those of the freedom fighters and the army.
What is it that the people fight for? What is it that they wanted? We were all achieving. If we don't know what they fought for, all they fought, the monthly exchange of the struggle, we would appreciate liberty and independence. So it's up to you, not only as curators, but you should have as educators. I'm sure the president will support.
President Lungu's visit to Namibia would not have been complete without visiting Irongo region, a part of Namibia which is rich in minerals and also a transit point for goods to and from the European market.
This region is a very important region. It's the biggest economy of Namibia in the sense that we are hosting the uranium belt. In Zambia you have the copper belt, here we have the uranium belt. Most of other uranium mines are based in the Irongo region. And we have also the first gold mine of Namibia. Although now in Ochodonjupa we also have a second gold mine. Then we are the biggest fishing ground. Our export of the fish is going as far as Italy and Spain. We service the European market, and also we service the African market through our horse mackerel. The DR Congo, Zambia are also getting our horse mackerel in Zimbabwe, mainly. We are the tourist, most attractive tourist region. In December, we find a lot of Zambians here now, the middle-class Zambians and Botswanas, who would like to come and have leisure near the sea.
In Irongo region, President Lungu and his Namibian counterpart President Geingob toured Namibia's fourth uranium mine, which is under construction but partially operational. The two presidents, who landed in Irandis area, about 60 kilometers from Swakmun town in Irongo region, were taken straight to Husab uranium mine project for a tour.
Circle Union is a joint partnership between the government of Namibia and the government of China. And the project is among the largest investments by China into Africa today. Circle Union is poised to become a substantial contribution to the Namibian economy and its local communities.
During the tour, President Lungu was particularly impressed with the participation of women in the mining industry in Namibia. Husab mine is the fourth uranium mine in operation in Namibia, the others being Rosing, Langahenrich and Trekoji. The mining industry in Namibia accounts for more than 30% of the country's gross domestic product and is a source of employment to thousands of Namibians.
Where we are today is the uranium belt, we call it. We have significant number of uranium mines. Our mines are significantly and quite obviously, when you look at the country's map, they are spread around the national road infrastructure for obvious reasons. If you don't have roads, you really can't go explore. So mining it's a very significant part of it. We have diamond mines that contribute one of the largest chunks. You have base metals, copper, lead, zinc, and we have rare earths. We have uranium, which is now becoming a very dominant commodity. And all of these put together. Of course, copper remains part of the base metals. And copper mines are significantly around this belt, and you can see geologically they follow exactly the same trend right into Zambia. So we are very much in the same geological province from a mineralization point of view.
Walvis Bay, which lies along the Atlantic Ocean within Irongo region, was the next destination for the two presidents. Strategically located halfway down the coast of Namibia with direct access to principal shipping routes, Walvis Bay is a natural gateway for international trade. The bay is Namibia's largest commercial port, receiving approximately 3,000 vessel calls each year and handles about 5 million tons of cargo. It is a sheltered deep water hub benefiting from a temperate climate. In order to deal with even higher levels of throughput, Namport have steadily improved its cargo handling facilities and embarked on the expansion of the port in order to provide efficient and effective port and related services.
The port of Walvis Bay's new container terminal on reclaimed land is a project which is probably the biggest port development that Namibia has ever seen since independence. This project will pave the way for Namibia to become a major logistics hub in SADC by more than doubling the current volumes which you can handle in the port from 300,000 TEUs, which is the number of containers being handled, to about 750,000 TEUs. Some of the details of this project are as follows, Your Excellencies. That we'll be spending about 4 billion Namibian dollars on this project. We have taken a loan from the African Development Bank to the tune of about 3 billion Namibian dollars. And the rest will be funded through Namport resources and resources that we are getting from the government of the Republic of Namibia.
President Lungu and his entourage visited the port to check on the progress and also to tour the dry port, which belongs to Zambia.
I'd like to believe the vision has been shared by all of us, and when you visit your brother, you see how he's doing it, you get inspired so that you do it a bit more. You know, there is a bigger picture of the Africa Agenda 2060, so we're all buying into that as a region and as countries. So by this visit, I've seen how far Namibia has gone and what we can do to just up our game so that we are the same level in the region.
Zambia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Harry Kalaba, who was in the entourage of President Lungu, summed up the importance of the president's tour to Namibia.
You will recall that Zambia played a very pivotal role in the emancipation of Namibia's independence. And so this day that we came to commemorate the Heroes Day was a significant one, in that Namibia was telling Zambia, look, come and celebrate with us, come and remember with us the journey that we traversed. It is good for us and Namibia because then it shows the bond of friendship that exists between our two countries. You know that President Geingob was in Zambia for 14 years. President Pohamba was in Zambia for years. President Nyoma, the president, was in Zambia for many years. And so the relationship between Zambia and Namibia is quite significant. So this trip was important. And then as you've seen, the president also is just coming from the dry ports. Now there, you wanted to appreciate, as Zambia being a landlocked country, you wanted to appreciate the efficacy of our dry ports. And it is good that we are using the dry port to the advantage of Zambia, and indeed we are grateful to the government of Namibia for having even us that dry ports, which necessitates or enables our goods to move easily from Namibia into Zambia. We have been a copper-dependent economy for many years, and it was good for us to come and see how Namibia is doing its uranium. Zambia has good potential as well, and we are trying to get the best practices. And so it was an eye-opener for us as a country to diversify in our mineral section.
After the tour of the Walvis Bay, President Lungu, accompanied by Minister of Foreign Affairs and Special Assistant to the President for Press and Public Relations, Amos Chanda, were escorted to the airport by President Geingob and departed for Zambia.